Jangamam Vyatam Yatkinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yenam Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Bhavaji Vyapiyat Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yenam Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Sarvashruti Shiroratnam Virajita Padam Bhujahan Vedantam Bhuja Suryoya Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Yumatito Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatita Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Jnana Shakti Samaruda Tattvamala Vibhushita Bhukti Mukti Pradata Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Aneka Janma Samprata Karma Bandha Vidayine Atmanyana Pradhanena Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Shoshanam Bhavasindosha Yapanam Sarasampadam Gurupadodakam Samya Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Na Gururadikam Tattvam Na Gururadikam Tapaham Tatmanyanat Param Nasti Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Manata Shri Jagannatha Madhuru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Rani Radadisha Guru Paramadevatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Tvameva Mata Jatita Tvameva Tvameva Bandusha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Mata Jatita Tvameva Tvameva Bandusha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva Shri Vishwananda 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 Vishwananda.
Love unconditionally. Let me serve you for eternity. My Guru Deva Sri Vishwananda.
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 Let me surrender to your lotus feet. Let me just love unconditionally. Let me serve you for eternity. My Guru Deva Sri Vishwananda.
My Guru Deva Sri Vishwananda.
Oh, my Guru Deva Sri Vishwananda.
My Guru Deva Sri Vishwananda.
Guru Deva, Sadguru Deva, Sri Vishwananda Hari Om.
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 Swami Vishwananda,
Swami Vishwananda.
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda.
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda.
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda.
Sri Vishwananda, Sri Vishwananda, Sri Vishwananda.
Om Sri Vishwananda. Sri Vishwananda. Sri Vishwananda.
Vishwananda, Vishwananda, Vishwananda.
Om Sri Vishwananda. Sri Vishwananda. Sri Vishwananda.
Tvameva Mata Kapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhusa Saka Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva, O Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva,
Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva.
Gurudev, Sadgurudev, Sri Vishwananda Hari Om.
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 Gurudev, Sadgurudev, Vishwananda.
Vishwananda, Vishwananda, Vishwananda,
Shri Vishwananda, Shri Vishwananda, Shri Vishwananda,
Vishwananda, Vishwananda, Vishwananda,
Shri Vishwananda, Shri Vishwananda, Shri Vishwananda.
Asatum Sakamaya, Tamasum Jyotirgamaya, Mrityurmamritam Gamaya, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gurudev Sadgurudev Sri Vishwananda Hari Om.
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 Sri Vishwananda, Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda.
Sri Vishwananda, Sri Vishwananda, Sri Vishwananda,
Shri Vishwananda, Shri Vishwananda, Shri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda, Sri Vishwananda, Sri Vishwananda,
Shri Vishwananda, Shri Vishwananda, Shri Vishwananda.
Gurudeva Sadgurudeva Sri Vishwananda Hari Om.
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 Swami Vishwananda, Sri Vishwananda, Sri
Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda,
Sri Vishwananda.
Vishwananda. Shri Vishwananda, Shri Vishwananda, Shri Vishwananda.
Vishwananda Gurudeva,
Sri 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 Vishwananda Gurudeva,
Hari Om Hari Om Gurudeva Hari Om
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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudeva,
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 Sri Narayana Vasudevaya, Premavatara Shri Vishwanandaya,
Hari Narayana Vasudevaya, Premavatara Shri Vishwanandaya,
Hari Narayana Vasudevaya, Premavatara Shri Vishwanandaya,
Premavatara Shri Vishwananda, Hari Narayana Vasudevaya,
Premavatara Shri Vishwanandaya, Hari Narayana Vasudevaya,
Premavatara Shri Vishwananda, Premavatara Shri Vishwananda,
Premavatara Shri Vishwanandaya, Premavatara Shri Vishwanandaya,
Om Hari Om Hari Om Gurudeva Hari Om
Om Hari Om Gurudeva Hari Om
Hari 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 Om Hari Om Gurudeva Hari Om
Sri Vishwananda Gurudeva,
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 Om Hari Om Hari Om Gurudeva Hari Om
Hari Om Hari Om Gurudeva Hari Om
Hari Om Hari Om Gurudeva Hari Om
Hari Om Hari Om Gurudeva Hari Om
Sri Vishwananda Gurudeva,
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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudeva.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Gurudeva, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om,
Gurudeva, Hari
Om Avatar Shishaya Namah, Om Jishamaya Namah, Om Devataya Samudyataya Namah, Om Sukshmatanave Namah, Om Chinmayaya Namah, Om Gurumurtaye Namah, Om Sundaraya Namah, Om Sulochanaya Namah, Om Sumukhaya Namah, Om Charvasaya Namah, Om Keshavaya Namah, Om Padmabhujaya Namah, Om Mandagamanaya Namah, Om Charumbaradharine Namah, Om Ramaya Namah, Om Mandirastapakaya Namah, Om Shri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Namah, Om Gayatri Ajvane Namah, Om Arpana Svikarakaaya Namah, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namah, Om Namo Narayana Iti Mantrapasakaya Namah, Om Swaramayaya Namah, Om Madhurakantaya Namah, Om Krishna Sankirtana Lopaya Namah, Om Stotra Priyaya Namah, Om Mitabhashine Namah, Om Vagmine Namah, Om Chitrakala Visharadaya Namah, Om Ratadharaya Namah, Om Sadave Namah, Om Jagatpantaya Namah, Om Sarvalokahitaya Namah, Om Bhakta Priyaya Namah, Om Surdaya Namah, Om Anukulaya Namah, Om Neyaya Namah, Om Sudarshanaya Namah, Om Bhaktavatsalaya Namah, Om Premamurtaye Namah, Om Shubhekshanaya Namah, Om Pritivardhanaya Namah, Om Swastinayakaya Namah, Om Tarakaya Namah, Om Anugrahaya Namah, Om Vardhanaya Namah, Om Architaya Namah, Om Artaya Namah, Om Siddhipradaya Namah, Om Janardhanaya Namah, Om Manoharaya Namah, Om Akshaya Namah, Om Siddheshwaraya Namah, Om Bhasmabhushitaya Namah, Om Atmalingaya Namah, Om Lingachana Pratsadaya Namah, Om Sinasadanaya Namah, Om Madhavaya Namah, Om Omkarapasakaya Namah, Om Sukshmaya Namah, Om Vishokaya Namah, Om Satrikaya Namah, Om Samadarshine Namah, Om Dakshaya Namah, Om Achintyaya Namah, Om Niramkaraya Namah, Om Nirmohaya Namah, Om Avyagraya Namah, Om Jitakrodaya Namah, Om Vinayashilaya Namah, Om Svavashaya Namah, Om Kushalaya Namah, Om Kshamaya Namah, Om Satyadharmaya Namah, Om Nirvikalpaya Namah, Om Viraktaya Namah, Om Atindraya Namah, Om Satyasandaya Namah, Om Pavitraya Namah, Om Mandura Swabhavaya Namah, Om Suranandaya Namah, Om Nandanaya Namah, Om Prasadatmane Namah, Om Bhaktanidaye Namah, Om Sakshaye Namah, Om Samatmaye Namah, Om Sadayogine Namah, Om Haraye Namah, Om Sutapaya Namah, Om Samyaya Namah, Om Guyaya Namah, Om Vimuttatmaya Namah, Om Gabiraya Namah, Om Guptaya Namah, Om Atmanamaya Namah, Om Srinivasaya Namah, Om Devaya Namah, Om Yutidaraya Namah, Om Danyaya Namah, Om Gurave Namah, Om Guratikramaya Namah, Om Gahanaya Namah, Om Bhagavate Namah, Om Harisharana Margadarshakaya Namah, Om Kutasya Jagartakaya Namah, Om Abhiprayaya Namah, Om Sarvamata Samatyaya Namah, Om Kshamakata Bhalavardhakaya Namah, Om Premavatar Sri Vishwananda Swami Namah. Deva Avantu no Yato Vishnu Vichakrame Pridivya Salta Damapi Idam Vishnu Vichakrame Tredani Dade Padam Samo Namasya Pagum Sure Trini Pada Vichakrame Vishnu Gopa Adavya Tato Dharmani Dayene Vishnu Karmani Pashyata Yato Vritani Paspashet
Indrasya Sakaha Tad Vishno Paramam Padagum Sada Pashyanti Surya Diviva Chakshuratatam Tad Vipaso Vipanyavo Jagravagu Sasamindate Vishno Yat Paramam Padam. Sadgurudevaya Dhimai Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat. Om Premataraya Dhimai Sadgurudevaya Dhimai Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat. Om Premataraya Dhimai Sadgurudevaya Dhimai Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat. Bhakatunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Prachodayat.
Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Keitavare Narayana Achyuta Trivikrama Chakrapane Deityadi Sarjadara Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukminisha Bhavanasha Hare Murare Radesha Gopesha Surupra Brahmadi Vandya Shri Radhakashaya Vaikuntha Pate Bhuvaneka Murte Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Meenakrute Kamatarupa Varaha Murte Previkramaya Bhuvane Bhru Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kalki Rupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Parat Paresha Damodara Nanda Kadari Shori Gopa Gopi Jana Samrita Dina Bando Gopi Jana Priyaraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rajyashai Bhujagadi Patal Pashai Sarvaktarit Sadanashai Ramangashai Shri Gopa Bama Mrudutalpa Sukadishai Gopa Vallavaraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kashyapantri Sukanarada Gautamadi Brahmarshi Sangamani Sangava Bharatesho Tishtanti Devata Vadarshana Bhalya Heto Gopala Shekararaye Tava Suprabhatam Rajadi Tulasina Lamali Kalyahe Malyani Anjali Pute Samudaharanti Tishtanti Tvat Dara Kale Munindraha Radha Manoharaye Tava Suprabhatam Vedatrayam Patati Gautamakana Guryaha Gayanti Sadguna Gano Varadasa Varga Sankirtayanti Tava Nama Kada Vishesha Shri Narada Dirshaya Tava Suprabhatam Govardhanodara Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Subesha Bhavadi Pota Trilokya Mohana Sumangala Divya Deha Shirukminisha Varada Tava Suprabhatam Shivatsa Shina Sharanagata Parijata Bhaktati Vanjana Kripakara Dina Bandho Vityanta Gayati Janapriya Divya Rupa Shinanda Gopatanaya Tava Suprabhatam Padmaksha Padmamukha Padmadara Prameya Padmalaya Shresha Padma Nivasa Shori Padmodbhavati Surasevita Pada Padma Padmadinata Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Brihdatale Viharanaya Mahendra Vandya Kandarpadarpa Haratinya Sudesha Rupa Chandrananaya Siddha Chandana Likha Deha Govindayara Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Nandanandana Yashoda Kumara Dhira Mayanga Dina Davichona Supushpahara Nilambudashu Sharira Ramadhihara Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vaishisham Bhavati Satya Suganti Padra Shri Mitra Vinda Divasa Prabhu Putri Kalyahe Tishtanti Diga Bhavame Tava Sevanandam Gopi Mana Priyaraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Anshuta Ananta Mukunda Shori Radha Manohar Janardana Chakrapane Namani Divya Munayurna Nisham Varanti Brahmi Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Ye Patanti Harnisham Bhuri Kritan Mahapapan Shri Krishna Grahe Tukam Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Chintamani Prakara Sattva Sukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vritesha Suravira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venukvahantam Aravinda Dharaya Tarsham Varavasam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chandra Kalasarvanamalya Vakshi Ratnangadam Pranaya Kheli Kalavilasam Shamam Tribangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vriti Mandi Pashyanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadudvala Vigrasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitamarshitamanadi Manantarupam Ayam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabam Adurlamamatma Bhakta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Antastu Koti Shatavatsara Sampragamyo Vayorakapi Manaso Muni Gungravana Shopyastirat Prapada Chintina Chintya Tatve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ethyopya Saurajayatum Jagadanda Kotim Yakshaktirasti Jagadanda Chayaya Danta Andantarasta Paramanu Chayantarastam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yadbhava Bhavita Diyo Manujasta Deva Samprapya Rupa Maimatsanayana Bhusha Sukte Yameva Nigama Pratitei Stuvanti Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasat Pratipavitabis Tabiya Eva Nijarupataya Kalabihi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilatma Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Vimanjana Shuritavanti Vilochanena Santasadeva Hidayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunasvarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramadi Murti Shukalani Amena Tishtan Nanavataram Akarut Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Svayam Samabhavat Parama Pumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagananta Koti Kotishva Shesha Vasudhadi Vibhuti Vina Tat Brahmanishkaram Anantam Ashesha Bhutam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Maya Iyasya Jagadanga Shatani Sutre Pregunyatad Vishaya Veda Vitayamana Sattva Valambi Parasattva Vishuddha Sattvam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Satmataya Manashu Yapraninam Pratipalam Smaratam Upidya Lila Itena Bhuvanani Jaya Jajashra Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Golokanam Nijadam Nitale Chatasya Devi Mahesha Aridama Shuteshu Teshu Tete Prabhava Nichaya Vichaschayena Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Sriti Sriti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Reka Chaye Vayasya Bhuvanani Vibhati Durga Vichana Rupamapi Yasya Chatirtha Tirtha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shiram Yakadali Vitara Vishesha Yogat Sanjayate Naitata Prita Asti Eto Yasham Bhutam Avitatat Samupreti Karya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Nipasire Vaida Chantarama Vipetya Nipayate Vivitayetu Samana Dharma Yasadeva Isha Vishnutaya Vipati Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yakaranarnava Jalit Bhajati Smayoga Nidram Ananta Jagadanta Saroma Kupa Adar Shakti Avalamya Param Samurti Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yashri Kanishwasita Karamata Valamya
Jivanti Lomati Vajan Jagadantanatta Vishnurmantrayasya Kala Vishesho
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Basvanyatashma Shakaleshu Nijeshu Tejaha Jiyam Kiyam Prakatayatya Pitatva Atra Brahmaya Esha Jagadanda Vidana Karta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Pallava Yugam Vinidaya Kumbha Vande Pranama Samaye Sakanadi Raja Dinam Diyantu Malayasya Jagatrayasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Agnir Mahiga Ganamambu Marudishasha Talastatatma Manasiti Jagatrayani Yasmat Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishanti Yamsha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Yakshuresha Sarita Sagalagrana Rajas Samasta Suramurti Rachesha Teja Yasyajnaya Brahmati Samvrita Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Dharmota Papa Nichayashrutayastapamsi Brahmadi Kita Patagava Dayascha Jiva Yadvatta Matra Vibhava Prakata Prabhava Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Yasvindra Gopamata Vindra Mahosma Kalma Chandanurupa Palabhajananatanoti Karmani Nirdahati Kintu Chabati Bhajam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yam Krodha Kama Saja Pranayadi Vidhi Vatsalya Moha Guru Gaurava Sevya Bhavare Sanchitya Tasya Sadishinta Muna Purete Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarva Karana Karana Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Narsimha-kavacham vakshe praladenoditam puram sarvarakshakaram punyam sarvopadrava nashanam sarvasampatkaram seva svargamoksha pradayakam Yakhanarasimha devesham hemasimasanartitam vivritasyan trinayanam jaradidusamaprabham Lakshmalingitavamangam vibhuti virupashikam Chaturbhujam komalangam Svarnakundala shobhitam Saroja shobhitoraskam Ratnakeyura mudritam Tapta kanchana sankasham Pita nirmala vasasam
Indradi Sura Molishta Puran Manikyari Pibi Virajita Padadvandvam Shankar Chakrari Etibi Garutmata Chavinaya Suyamanamodambitam O Shri Narasimha Jai Narasimha Jaya Jaya Narasimha Praladisha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa O Shri Narasimha Jai Narasimha Jaya Jaya Narasimha Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa Rahit Kamala Samvasam Prithvatu Kavacham Pate Nasimo Veshirapatu Lokara Sharta Sambhava Sarva Gopi Sambhavasa Parame Rakshatu Dvanim Nasimo Medrishopatu Soma Suryagni Lochana Smrtam Me Patu Nirari Muni Vayasuti Priya Nasam Me Simhana Jastu Mukha Lakshmi Mukha Priya Sarva Vidyadi Papatu Nasimurasana Mama Vatram Patrindu Vadanam Sada Pralada Vandika Nasima Patu Me Kantam Sando Bhumritanantagri Vijastra Shobhita Guja Nasima Patu Me Guja Karo Me Deva Varado Nasima Patu Sarvata Hidayam Yogi Sadhyascha Nivasa Patu Me Hari Madhyam Patu Hiranyaksha Vaksha Kushi Vidarana Navin Me Patu Nirari Ganadi Brahma Santuta Brahmanda Kotaya Katyam Yasya Sopatu Me Kadim Guyam Me Patu Guyana Mantrana Guyarupadi Manumano Baba Patu Janoni Nara Rupadi Nande Patu Rara Bara Atayo Soni Keshari Suraraja Prada Patu Pado Menera Ishvara Sahasra Shirja Purusha Patu Me Sarva Shastanu Mahogra Purvata Patu Mahaviraga Jomita Mahadishnu Dakshinetu Mahadvarastu Nerita Pashime Patu Sarvesho Dishime Sarvato Mukha Nasima Patu Vaya Yovina Bhushana Vina Jaya Shri Narasimha Jaya Narasimha Jaya Jaya Narasimha Radesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa Bolo Shri Narasimha Jaya Narasimha Jaya Jaya Narasimha Radesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa Narasimha Kavacham Pralada Mukhamanditam Bhakti Marga Pate Nityam Sarva Pape Pramujate Putra Vandana Vandoke Dirgayo Rupa Jayate Kamayate Yam Yam Kama Tantam Prabhodya Sanjayam Sarvatra Jayam Apnoti Sarvatra Vijaye Bhave Bhumyanta Riksha Divyanam Gahana Vinivaranam Vishito Raga Sambhuta Vishaparanam Param Dharmaraksha Jayakshanam Duruttarana Karanam Bhujevatala Patreva Kavachamikita Shubham Karamule Dirtam Yena Siddheyu Karma Siddhaya Devasura Manusheshu Namname Vajayam Labhe Eka Sandhyam Krisandhyam Va Vyapate Niyato Naraha Sarva Mangala Mangalyam Bhutim Shanindati Bhadrim Shakti Sahasrani Patir Sudatmana Nirmam Kavasya Sya Mantrasya Mantrasiddhi Prajayate Anena Mantra Rajena Vidva Bhasma Vir Mantrana Shilakam Vinyasyastu Tasya Grahavayam Mare Vivaram Japamanastu Tatam Varyavi Mantracha Prasaye Dhyonaro Mantram Nasimha Janam Ashare Tasya Roka Prana Shanti Yechakshukushi Sambhava Bolo Shri Narasimha Jaya Narasimha Jaya Jaya Narasimha Radesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Mega Bolo Shri Narasimha Jaya Narasimha Jaya Jaya Narasimha Radesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Mega Gadantam Gajayantam Isham Bhajapadaram Gajayantam Ashantam Rupyantam Tapayantam Divibhuviditiyam Shepayantam Shepantam Gandhantam Roshayantam Dishe Dishe Satantam Samarantam Varantam Dishantam Purnayantam Karani Karashatir Vidyasrimam Namani Vidyashidramana Purani Rarajotam Sinarasimha Kavasham Sampurnam 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 Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Praladaladaini Praladaladaini Hiranyakashipurvaksha Hiranyakashipurvaksha Shivatankana Kalaye Shilatankana Kalaye Ito Narasimho Parato Narasimho Ito Narasimho Parato Narasimho Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimho Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimho Bhai Narasimho Tarakam Aduta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam
Keshavadeta Narahari Rupa Keshavadeta Narahari Rupa
Jaya Jagadishare Jaya Jagadishare Jaya Jagadishare Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Namaste Jaste Jase Avir Avir Baba Vajana Kavaja Tantra Karma Saya Randaya Randaya Tamo Grasa Grasa Om Sabayam Abayam Atmani Bhuisha Osham Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Narasimhaya Damchakarala Vadanaya Gurarupaya Vajanakaya Jvalamarine Mama Vignam Pacha Pacha Mama Vayam Vindi Vindi Mama Shakro Vidravaya Vidravaya Mama Sarvarishta Prabhanjaya Prabhanjaya Chata Chata Anana Chindi Chindi Mama Sarva Vishta Puraya Puraya Man Raksha Raksha Upasma Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Jvalamarine Vita Dashrayani Netraya Sarvarashonaya Sarva Bhuta Vinashaya Sarva Dvara Vinashaya Daga Pacha Pacha Raksha Raksha Ugram Virama Vishnum Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishanam Badram Vichor Vichonamagam Vajanataya Dhimari Krishnadam Saya Dhimari Tano Narasimha Prachodayat Tano Narasimha Prachodaya Durge Swatashi Mukadisho Prabhu Vayam Narasimho Surayuta Pari Vimurchato Yasya Matasam Disho Vinedunya Pasancha Garva Vidishu Dishurva Anda Samata Antarvair Bhagavan Narasimha Prapaya Loka Vayasanena Svateja Sagrasa Samasateja Om Hari Tro Om Pakataka Ataka Kesha Grajvala Paduka Lochana Bhagradika Nakaspasha Divya Simana Mostute Deyo Jagadishare Divya Simana Mostute Deyo Jagadishare Shilashmi Narasimha Hare Deyo Jagadishare Divya Simana Mostute Deyo Jagadishare Shilashmi Narasimha Hare Deyo Jagadishare Divya Simana Namostute Deyo Jagadishare Shilashmi Narasimha Hare Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gurudev Shri Vishwananda Gurudev, Shri Vishwananda Gurudev, 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 Shri Vishwananda Gurudev. Satgurudev Maharaj ki
Nijamanu mukura sudhari Bharano rabu haravimma jasu Jodayak pachari Bhumina tanu janike Sumiram pavana kumara Balabuni vidya Deumoi Harahu Kalesha Vikara Savaranam Vachanda Panajayesharam Jaya Hanumana Jnana Gunasara Jaya Kapesha Tiyuloka Ujaga Ramaduta Tulita Baladama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama Mahavira Vikrama Vajarangi Kumati Nivara Sumati Kesangi Kanchana Varana Viraja Subesha Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesha Attavraja Uradvaja Viraje Kande Munja Jale Usaje Shankara Suvana Keshari Nanda Teja Pratapa Mahajagavandana Vidyavana Guni Ati Chatur Rama Kaja Karibeko Atur Prabhu Charitra Sunibeko Rasya Rama Lakana Sita Madhavasya Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siyam Indikava Vikata Rupa Dhari Lanka Jarava Bhima Rupa Dhari Asura Samhare Ramachandra Ke Kaja Sambhare Laya Sajivana Lakana Jiyaya Shri Raghuvira Arashi Uralaya Raghupati Kini Bauta Banaya Tuma Mama Priya Bharatai Samapan Sasavadana Tumaro Jasagave Asakai Shri-pati Kanta Lagave Sanakadika Brahmani Munisa Narada Sarada Saita Hita Yamakubera Digapala Jahante Kaviko Vidaka Isake Kahante Tuma Upakara Sugriva Ikina Rama Milaya Raja Padadina Tumaro Mantra Vibhishana Mana Lankeshwara Bhai Sabha Jagajana Yuga Sahasya Yojana Parabhano Lilyotari Madhura Palajano Prabhu Mudrika Meli Mukamai Jala Nilangi Gaira Charajanai Durga Makaja Jagata Ke Jete Sugavanura Tumare Tete Rama Duhare Tumara Kavare Kodana Agya Vinu Kaisare Sava Sukhalai Tumari Sharana Tumara Shakakao Kodana Apana Teja Samaruhate Dino Lokante Bhuta Pisasa Nikatana Inave Mahavira Jaganam
sabapira Japata nirantara hanumatavira Sankata hanumana chunave Manakama vachana dhyana kolave Sabapara rama tapasvi raja Dinate kara sakala tumasaja Nora manorata jo koilave Soyamita jivana parapave Sharo yoga paratapa tumara Re parasita jagata ujiyara Kalu santa ke tumara kavale Asura nikandana rama dulare Rasa siddhi navani dikedara Asavara dina jana ke mata Ramana sayana tumare pata Tadara ho raghupati ke data Tumare bhajana nama gopale Janama janama ke mukha visarave Antakara raghuvara purajaya Jahan jamana hari bharata kahaya Aura devata chitana dharai Anumata se sarva sukha karai Sankata kate mite sabapira Jo sumire Anumata balavira Jai 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 Anumana gosari Kripa karo Gurudeva kinana Jo sakamara pata karakori Jo saribanda mahasukha hori Joya kare Anumana charita Joya siddhi saki gaurita Tulasi dasa sada hari chera Jai nata hridaya mahadera Pavana tanaya sankata harana Mangala murati rupa Rama lakana sita saita Hridaya basau sura bhupa Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Sita 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 Ram Oh Sita Ram 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 Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Sita 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 Ram Syavar Ramachandra ki jai Uma Har Shambhunata ki jai Pavana Puta Hanuman ki jai Guru Bhai Sab Santo ki jai
Om Agyanati Mirandasya Jnana Jana Shalakaya Shakshurun Militam Yena Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Gurudev, good morning. So today we do Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10, verses 33 and 34. Avakirya Manaha Shukumer Loka Palapatihi Pati Upagimya Manacharitaha Shatar Driti Adibir Muda Gomutraya Vakam Shrutva Bharatam Valkalambaram Mahakaruniko Tapyaj Jatilam Shtandile Shayam. When Lord Ramachandra returned to his capital, Ayodhya, he was greeted by the princely order, who showered his body with beautiful, fragrant flowers, while other personalities like Lord Brahma and the other demigods glorified the activities of the Lord in great jubilation. Upon reaching Ayodhya, Lord Ramachandra heard that in his absence, his brother Bharat was eating barley cooked in the urine of a cow, covering his body with the bark of trees, wearing matted locks of hair, and lying on a mattress of kusha. The most merciful Lord very much lamented this. So, due to the fact that recently Guruji went for the first time to Ayodhya, and due to the fact that I was lucky enough to go along, I would like to share a little bit about Ayodhya, how it was the trip, and also a little bit about Bharat and in regards with these verses that I just read. So, as you know, probably, for sure actually, Ram, at some point he had to go on exile. Long story short, because Manthara, the maid of KK, which was the mother of Bharat, she kind of corrupted her mind by suggesting that when Rama becomes the king, she will not have anymore this queenish lifestyle that she has right now, being the wife of the king Dasharat. Once Rama becomes the king instead of her son Bharat, she will lose some of the royalties and some of the privileges that she is enjoying right now. So she decided to charge Dasharat for the two boons that he had promised her, and the boons were that Ram goes to the forest for 14 years and Bharat is crowned king instead. So once that happens, Rama accepts the wish, not the wish, but he accepts his fate, actually in a very accepting, surrendered way, which already indicates his elevation and his superiority against us normal humans, because most of us will not accept so easily such injustice. And so he went for the exile. In the meantime, Bharat was actually not there. He was not in Ayodhya when this happened, so he could not really contest. When he came back, two things had happened. Firstly, Rama was not there anymore. And secondly, Dasharat, his father, was gone. He died. Because of the grief, of the guilt, of what he had done to basically send Rama, which was loved by all, into the harsh life of the forest, he could not bear it, and he died out of pain and sorrow. So when Bharat returns, and he sees this huge mess, he is very upset. He's very upset with his mother, and he curses her, and he tells her all sorts of things that normally you would not like to say to your mother. So he refuses the honor which was being imposed on him, and he said, if Rama is going, I'm going. I'm not staying here. So he grabbed a few people, and he decided to follow Rama into the forest. So as the people in Ayodhya see Bharat, their supposedly new king, also going into the forest after Rama, they ask him, where are you going now? And he said, I'm going to get Rama. I don't accept this. So actually, everybody was sympathizing with his endeavor, and everybody went. Everybody followed along. So the entirety of Ayodhya followed Bharat into the forest to try to convince Rama to come back. This was not successful because, well, firstly, when they arrived, as they were arriving at the place where Rama was, Lakshmana, he assumed that Bharat, not happy with being already the king, he also wanted to make sure that his reign would last forever. So he was actually thinking that Bharat was coming to kill Rama and make sure that he would be king forever. So he was ready to kill Bharat, Lakshmana. But Rama appeased him and said, you don't know what you're talking about. And obviously, we will say. And so Bharat came, and Bharat begged Rama to come back. And no matter how much he insisted and how many arguments he would present, Rama would not accept, because he had to honor his father's word. And when he hears that Dasharatha dies, now there's no chance at all that Rama is going to go back on his father's words. So Bharat, realizing it's a lost cause, he asks Rama for his blessing, and Rama gives his padukas to Bharat. And Bharat, since then, he never made any decision in the kingdom without first offering that decision to the padukas and seeking advice in the form of a prayer to the padukas of Ram. So he understood that he never put himself in the position of, I am the doer, or I know best. He always thought of Rama first, and he always understood that Rama was the true doer of things. And actually was one of the beautiful things now traveling in Ayodhya with Guruji, was seeing many of Guruji's interactions with many people. Guruji was in a funny mood there, and he was more happy than usual to mingle and to make new friends, let's say. All sorts of people were coming to Guruji. So Ayodhya was full of sadhus and famous people. I don't know almost any of them, because they are famous mostly within India. But everywhere you looked, you had people with security, people. You could see the reaction of the normal people as other people passed. So you know, okay, this is full of important people. There was one temple that we went to that we had to wait like 20 minutes by the door, because there was some politician, some very famous person, and the police, the security would not let us go inside the temple. And there was big commotion, hundreds of people trying to take pictures, trying to see this person that I have no idea who he was in the end. But I was surprised to see Guruji insisting to stay there and wait for that person to come out, because it was just... So Guruji doesn't know Ayodhya. I'm going to come back to the story of Bharat soon. But Guruji was his first time in Ayodhya, right? Which in itself is something very significant and surprising, actually. The Ishtadev of Guruji, or one of the Ishtadevs of Guruji, is Rama. And Guruji has traveled India north to south multiple times. So why has he never been to Ayodhya before? It's a mystery. It was a mystery. And actually, a few years ago, we were in Sri Vitaldam. There was like some small event there, and I was going to film, and it was actually one of the nicest few days I had with Guruji ever, was those days in Vitaldam. Guruji was in such a nice mood, and it was so relaxed, and we had the opportunity to ask him questions, just kind of spontaneously. He was very receptive, and I wanted to ask him one question, which was why he never went to Ayodhya. And that very night, Pritu asked that question without us organizing it somehow. So I was very happy. I didn't even need to ask. And Guruji was just like, I don't know. It just never happened, very casually. And since that day, I kind of set as a goal to go to Ayodhya with Guruji, actually. I really wanted to do it. And even now, when we went to the resident pilgrimage, I was considering not going so that I don't spend that money that in my mind was... I would rather spend it going to Ayodhya. So in that temple, as I was saying, I was surprised to see Guruji waiting for this person to come out, because we were just randomly visiting temples, seemingly randomly, and why now this temple is so important that we are waiting 20 minutes in this huge crowd to go inside. And funny thing was after this dignitary, this politician came out, we were the first ones to go inside the temple, and we were immediately welcomed and invited to go see a very important saint in Ayodhya, which that politician was visiting, actually. And then for me was like just beautiful to see how randomly Guruji, because Guruji didn't know, he was not invited. There was no way of him knowing what's going on there. But once we went inside, people came, oh, would you like to see the saint? And yeah, and it was a very nice interaction. The saint offered prasad to Guruji, which Guruji didn't want to eat because it was pure sugar. And so it was a funny interaction to see the saint kind of insisting like a grandmother, hey, eat. And Guruji was like, I cannot. Then in the end, he tried a little bit out of respect. So going back to the story of Bharat, it's important to say that once Bharat returned, he didn't go back to his life in the palace as a king would. He refused all royalties, and he said, whatever my brother is going through, at the minimum, I also have to go through. So he decided to go to the forest. He was staying outside Ayodhya in a forest, only with his brother Shatrughna. And like the verse says in the beginning, he was only eating barley cooked in the urine of a cow, covering his body with the bark of trees, wearing matted locks of hair, and lying on a mattress of kusha. So actually, he was lying in a mattress of kusha, but even this he took to the next level. He said, if my brother is sleeping on the floor, I will not sleep on the floor only. So he dug a hole, and he was sleeping even on a hole, so that he's lower than his brother. That's how much dedication and how much love he had. And Rama also had the same amount of love for Bharat, to the point that later on in the story, when they are fighting Ravana, when Lakshman fell in the battle, he was dying. The only hope was to get this herb, which was the Sanjivani flower, which grows in the Himalayas, but they are all the way in the south, so there's no way to get it. So Hanuman steps up and he gets the flower. Actually, he gets the whole mountain because he doesn't really know how the flower looks like. So he brings the whole pharmacy down there. And in the moment that Lakshman is revived or saved, Rama embraces Hanuman and he tells him, you are as dear to me as Bharat. So this shows how much the love was mutual between the two brothers. So after the 14 years passed, Bharat is still living his ascetic life, and Rama is returning. So Rama is returning, but shortly before arriving, he tells Hanuman to disguise himself as a Brahmin and go and check on Bharat. And he wants to check on Bharat because Rama doesn't want to spoil the fun. Rama is thinking, maybe they are happy. Maybe they forgot about me. Maybe they are having a nice life. Maybe Bharat is a good king. And now here I come and create a mess. So actually Rama was fully ready to not come back to Ayodhya if he would see that the situation was a good one. And he sends Hanuman to check. So before arriving in Ayodhya, as he's going through the forest, Hanuman sees a fire pyre ready for cremation of someone. And he's wondering what is this doing in the forest, because normally the cremation happens in the river, next to the river, the Sarayu River. There's a big river crossing Ayodhya. So he's confused. He's like, why is this here now? So he investigates further and he meets Bharat. He actually finds Bharat. And he asks him, what are you doing? What is this fire pyre? What's going on here? And Bharat tells him, my brother is supposed to return to Ayodhya after 14 years. And I made a vow that if he's not coming, I will not live 1 second longer. So I'm going to burn myself. Understanding the situation, Hanuman revealed himself to Bharat and he said, I'm your friend, I'm your brother's devotee, and he's coming, so you don't need to do any of this. Prepare, arrange for his arrival, right? So this brings me back to Ram's arrival at Ayodhya. Actually, Bharat, when Rama reunited with him, Bharat said, the desire of my lifetime has been fulfilled. So Bharat understood there and then that the whole point of his existence is to be with Rama. And similarly, we have to understand that the whole point of our existence is to be with Rama. And this is the example that Bharat sets for us. He says, once I'm with you, I have no other desire. My desires are all fulfilled. And I find it very beautiful. So unfortunately, due to many reasons, which have been explained many times and everybody's aware if you are an Hindu nowadays, for many, many years there was no temple in Ayodhya in the place of birth of Rama. So, and similarly, the way Bharat was ready to die for the fact that Rama is not in Ayodhya, similarly, many people actually died fighting for Rama to return to Ayodhya. And when we were in the temple in the inauguration, there were a few speeches by the president, the prime minister, and other people. And Guruji was getting emotional every time that the struggle of the people was mentioned. So every time that there was a mention to the people that have fought and died for the building of this temple, Guruji would get emotional. And it is that much more special when you realize how much effort it took for this beautiful thing to happen. Myself, personally, why I felt like so much like going there with Guruji and so on and so on. Actually, I was thinking about my relationship with Lord Ram and so on. And there's a very nice story of how Guruji introduced him in my life. Because despite my name, my spiritual name, being one of the names of Rama, in 2015, when I asked Guruji the meaning of my name, he told me it's a name of Krishna. He mentioned Krishna. And shortly after, he gave me my Ishtadev as being Radha Krishna. So for a long time not long, but for quite some time on my spiritual path, I didn't really care about Rama, and I was just focused on Krishna because he's my Ishtadev. And one day, I had a dream. I was already living in the ashram. This was 2017, and I have a dream in which Guruji is there's lots of people in the lobby, and there's a lot of noise. Everybody's talking, it is in the lobby. And Guruji comes and is very upset with the noise, and he tells everybody to shut up and to chant Om Namo Narayanaya. So I do. I close my eyes and I start chanting in the dream. And it was such a nice chanting. Everything became silent, and somehow, because it's a dream, your mind can get truly calm. And it was a really nice chanting. And soon after, Guruji came and he started, and he was saying to me in my right ear, chant Ramananda's mantra every day. And then he would say something else, and then he would say right. And I didn't understand. I didn't know who this person was, and I just asked, what? And he repeated. And I said, what? And again he said, chant Ramananda's mantra every day. He said something else I didn't understand, and then he said, write. So I woke up, and my instinct was to write. Okay, I have to write whatever Guruji said. So for a few weeks after that, I was confused, and the dream felt so real, and he was so insisting that I chant that mantra, that I needed to know what that mantra was. So I was asking people, who is this Ramananda person? I was Googling, I was finding some stuff, I was finding other gurus. I was thinking, why is Guruji telling me to chant the mantra of other gurus? Who is this guy? I didn't know. So funny thing happened that few weeks later, there was Ram Navami here in the ashram, and back then I was working in the garden. So in the morning we celebrated Ram Navami in front of Shiva, in the lounge in the grass in front of Shiva, and it was a very nice celebration. And later that day in the afternoon I went to work in the garden, and there's a new guy working in the garden. On Ram Navami he came for the first time, and his name was Kabir. And we made introductions, and I think back then Sudamai, she told me, okay, you work with him today. Just show him what to do. We were in the pumpkin field next to the fence, next to Guruji's house. Show him what to do, you work together. So he was a very nice guy, and he was new. It was his first time in Bhakti Marga. He had just arrived. And there he is putting manure, huge piles of manure for the pumpkins. And we are talking, getting to know each other a little bit while doing the seva. And I go to the shack where there are the gloves and some tools. And I check the calendar, the Bhakti Marga calendar. I don't know why I was checking. And I found the biography of Kabir, the Saint Kabir. And I read it, and I went back to the guy, and I told him, hey, you know, you have the name of a saint. And in that biography, it was written that he was a saint. I don't remember too much. It was a short biography, but it said that he was worshipping Ram and Allah as the same. He had the Muslim background, and he was kind of, for him, Ram and Allah was the same, Allah. And so I go back to him and I tell him, hey, did you know that your name is from a saint? And he, oh, I didn't know, interesting. So we continue to work. And then Guruji comes out of his house and he leans himself against the fence and he calls Kabir to the fence. Like, psst, come. So Kabir goes. And I think it was the first time he met Guruji in that moment. And Guruji asks him, what's your name? What are you doing here? And when he says Kabir, Guruji starts laughing. And he says, you know you have the name of a saint. And the guys and Kabir said, yeah, I know that you used to worship Allah and Ram. And Guruji looks at me, which was like 10 meters away. And he says, just Ram. Just Ram. He says 2 times. And I'm like, is he talking to me or is he talking to Kabir? It was very weird because he looked directly at me and he said 2 times, just Ram. And I was like, okay, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I was not making any assumption. But I thought about the dream. And later that same day, Guruji came to the lobby. And he did what he normally does in the lobby. He goes around, and then in the end, he goes outside the lobby, and he calls Kabir, not our dear bearded Kabir. This guy was from South Africa. He's from South Africa. He's a devotee. And he calls him outside, and he asks him, and then they are talking, and then Jaitreya comes inside the lobby, and he asks in the lobby to everybody if somebody knows the story of Kabir. And back then, nobody, now everybody would say, I know. But back then, nobody said anything. And I said, I know some stuff. And so Jaitraya called me and he brought me to Guruji. And Kabir was there kneeling in front of Guruji. And I'm there. I also kneel and Guruji is just singing, like killing time, just looking up and singing. And we are there like, what's going on? And then Guruji asks me, do you know the poem? And I'm like, no. And I kind of feel like he wants to, because he asked who knows the story, so he kind of wants to know the story, if I know the story. So I start saying what I know about Kabir, and he stops me from talking. It's like, you don't know. And I'm like, okay. So he continues to sing, and then he asks us, both of us, if God and Guru are in front of you, who do you bow down to? And I'm very confused. For me, it was a great question, and I didn't know what to answer. But that guy, first time in the ashram, he says, I bow down to the Guru because without Guru, I don't know God. Which was the exact answer that Kabir gave to Ramananda. If you know the story of Kabir and Ramananda, that was the exact answer that Kabir gave to him. And this guy, first time here in the ashram, tells it to Guruji. And I'm thinking, oh, that's a very nice answer. That's amazing. So in that moment, Guruji, he was happy also with the answer, obviously, and he materializes a nice bracelet for him with Om all around. And we go inside, he sends us away, and we are very happy. And understand, by this point, I still don't know what Ananda is, and I still don't know what the mantra is. So we go inside, and everybody's like checking the bracelet, checking like every time Guruji does something like this, people are curious. So, and we tell the people what Guruji has said, has asked, and the answer of Kabir. And Shashvata, he was there, and he said, oh, that's exactly the question Ramananda asked Kabir. And I'm like, sorry? Who asked what to Kabir? And said, Ramananda, there's this saint Ramananda. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Then I realized what had happened, you know? Through this entire lila, Guruji had shown me who this saint that he told me in the dream was. By sending literally a guy named Kabir to the garden on Ram Navami. This whole thing happened, and I learned who was Ramananda, and I learned what Guruji wanted me to do. He wanted me to chant the name of Ram. So that's how I started my relationship with him, was with this huge lila, huge miracle. I was, when I realized what had happened, I was completely mind blown. I was like, okay, this is too much. Absolutely incredible. How he manages everything, no? So, arriving at Ayodhya, now I had big expectations of arriving to this place filled with sun and palaces or whatever. I don't know. I had some expectation that Ayodhya is going to be beautiful, but when you land, actually the airport is new. There's a brand new airport in Ayodhya, and it's very nice. It looks like a temple. There's murals everywhere. But it was very foggy, and the surroundings of the airport are like typical poor rural India. So I arrived there, and I don't see Ayodhya. I just see poor, foggy India. Poor in the sense that the houses are old, like, you know what I mean. And I was like, okay, this is not fitting with the description I had of the Ramayana in my head, but of Ayodhya. But as we start driving, then you start to see the people, thousands and thousands of people everywhere, lots of construction workers, lots of people working, lots of people putting flowers everywhere, putting signs, putting flags of Rama. It truly felt like a celebration. It was beautiful. And I was reading from the Ramayana the description of Ayodhya when Ram came back. So I will read a little bit to show the similarities between how it is described in the Ramayana and how it actually was there. So, hearing the news of a great happiness from Hanuman, Bharata, the truly brave ruler and the destroyer of enemies, commanded to Shatrughna, who felt delighted with the news. Let men of good conduct offer worship to their family deities, sanctuaries, with sweet-smelling flowers and to the accompaniment of musical instruments. So this was, just again to make it clear, this was the instructions that Bharata was giving to Shatrughna and to his generals in order to, what he wanted to have done in order to welcome Rama properly. And sure, sweet-smelling flowers, musical instruments, this is exactly what I saw when I arrived. People putting flowers everywhere, kirtan, big cars with people drumming and all of that stuff. It was recommended that people do worship to their family deities. And indeed, during the Prana Pratishta and before, everybody was doing, even I think Amara told me that people were all around India doing Arati to the TV and to their deities while the ceremony was happening. Hearing the words of Bharat, Shatrughna, the destroyer of valiant adversaries, called together laborers working on wages, numbering many thousands and dividing them into groups, ordering them as follows. Let the cavities on the path from Nandigrama to Ayodhya be leveled. Let the rough and the even places be made flat. Again, this happened exactly now. Again, roads were made bigger, roads were fixed, and yeah. Let the entire ground be sprinkled with ice-cold water. Let some others strew in it all over with parched grains and flowers. Let the streets in Ayodhya, the excellent city, be lined with flags. Let the dwellings on the roadside be decorated till the time of the rising sun. Let hundreds of men sprinkle on the main royal highway with 5 fragrant collars and with rows of garlands as well as loose flowers. So all of this description, I don't know if on purpose, but it was Ayodhya now, 1 week ago. It's beautiful. And actually the people were told not to go to Ayodhya. Actually, the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, he requested people to not go to Ayodhya because he was predicting, correctly, that there would be too many people there. So the bus stopped going to Ayodhya, the train stopped going to Ayodhya, and what people did? They walked. So they walked, and they flew and whatnot. Still, it was hundreds of thousands, I don't know, maybe millions of people were there. It was completely full of people. And if you would ask, many of them would walk. I remember when I was in the airport, leaving Delhi, there was one guy that told me, I'm going to Ayodhya also, but I cannot go inside because I don't have passes or I don't have... Then at that point, we thought that you needed the invitation to even go to Ayodhya. And then we realized it's not that difficult to go inside. But we thought like that. And he also thought like that. And he said, I'm going there, and even if I'm not allowed in, I'm just going to stay outside. And I don't care. Even if I don't see the temple, just being outside is enough for me. And I felt it really beautiful, and I felt it even especially blessed that we were going, no? In there, the atmosphere was really something else. It was, for any Ram Bhakta, it's a must to visit Ayodhya, because it's everywhere you go, everywhere you look, it's only Ram. It's Jai Shri Ram everywhere. The shops are full of Ram. The people, they vibrate differently. The people in Ayodhya are super nice. This is something that shocked me. Everybody's super nice. Everybody smiles at you. The rickshaw drivers don't try to extort you of your money. The shopkeepers don't give you a fair price for things. That shocked me. The monkeys don't steal you. That shocked me. You don't have to be afraid of monkeys there. So it's somehow it's a very special city. It's very dharmic, and people really try to live up to Ram. They have that figure so present in their life that it's not possible for them to behave in a way that will not please their Lord. And something that really was amazing to see also was the fact that, first of all, for us to get the actual tickets, it was not easy because it's India, it's still India, and bureaucracy and so on, sometimes it's a bit of a problem there. And it was really a big lila until we got our tickets. Swamini Mohini was every day going there to their offices and probably shouting a little bit, and was really not easy. The website was always crashing. You could not do the registrations. But in the end, by His grace, we got the invitations. And the funny thing was, every time Guruji would be speaking with a sadhu, with a saint, or with any person about the fact that we are going to Ayodhya, people would be like, not surprised that Guruji is going, but they will be like, but who are all these people that are with you? Because we were 11 in total. And Guruji said, they come with me. And then people will be very surprised. Because the thing is, even the most famous actors, even the most famous sadhus, they had 1 or 2 invitations, if they were lucky. But we had 11. And if Guruji wanted it, he would probably get even more. And so that was surprising people. And now we were, after Ayodhya, we went to Vrindavan, and Swami Chida gave a very nice satsang, in which he was talking about this fact, how many tickets we got. And he told the story of Kevat, which was the boatman in the Ramayana. So at some point, Rama, Sita, Lakshman, they have to cross a river, the river Sarayu, while they are in the forest. And they need a boatman, so they find Kevat, and they ask him if he can take them. So first of all, Kevat, he was a very smart boatman, and he knew Rama. He knew who Rama was. And he knew the story of Ahalya, that he turned a stone into a woman. So he was very afraid that by stepping on his boat, he's going to turn the wood of the boat into a woman or something. So before Rama went inside the boat, he insisted that he would allow him to do Abhishekam to his feet in a way to clean his feet, to reduce the chances that some dust is going to turn the boat into a woman, which for him was terrible because then he loses his livelihood and he gets an extra expense. So Rama goes on the boat, and Sita wants to pay the man for the ride, but they don't have any money. They are in the forest since a long time, so of course they don't have any money. So Sita is going to offer him a pearl necklace. And he says, no, I don't want any money from you. But Rama, they are insisting, and he says, look, amongst boatmen, we don't charge each other, you know? And Rama says, but I'm not a boatman. And he said, actually you are. Because actually you are the boatman leading everyone in the ocean of samsara from bondage to liberation. So you are actually the best boatman ever, and I'm not going to charge you any money. He said, if you want to, you can assist me also in this crossing then. And so that's how Kevat got liberation, was by providing this service to Rama very intelligently. And this is the point that Swami Chida was making, is that like Rama is the one carrying everyone. Similarly, Guruji, he could have gone alone, he could have gone with 1 or 2 people, but he chose to do whatever cosmically in a way that he's carrying all of us, or many of us. And that's really touching and really shows how much he cares. He cares about us. So I think it's getting late probably, so just to conclude, the temple itself and is very beautiful. And when the Prime Minister came and started the Prana Pratishta, I was standing there in a corner by myself watching the TV, and I had this expectation, or this, I don't know how to say it, but I thought when I see the deity, I'm going to feel something amazing, and it's going to be incredible, and so on. And I was even actively trying not to see anything about Ayodhya before going, especially not the deity, but some people decided to share pictures of the deity in a group, Seva related, and I saw the deity and I was really upset. I didn't want to see the deity before I'm there. So I had seen him already, but okay. And when the Prana Pratishtha starts and so on, it's a very special moment. People are getting emotional. I'm also a little bit emotional at some point, but I'm not like feeling any bliss or whatever. And Pritu comes to me shortly after, and he was like, "Did you cry?" And I was like, "No, actually not." And he was like, "You didn't cry?" And he was like, "Guruji was crying, I was crying, Swami Parantapa was crying, and you don't have even one tear to give to Rama." And I was like, okay. I was feeling, okay, now I was feeling very nice. Now I'm feeling not very nice anymore. And I went in my corner and I was thinking, it's true, actually. It's true. I come all this way. I wanted this so much, and now I'm here, and I'm not feeling the whole thing. I was happy, but that experience that we always crave for was not there, right? And so I made a prayer, because I'm like, I'm not gonna force anything. You cannot force these things. It's impossible. But I did some prayer, kind of asking to feel something. That's it. And so afterwards, after the celebration, the ceremony, was time for Darshan. And they said in the speakers, okay, now very orderly, come for Darshan. We are going to call section by section. There were like 12 sections. Immediately, every single section went at the same time. Guruji was the first one, like, I'm out, let's go. Everybody's following Guruji, and it was the crowd control nightmare, that situation there. And it's funny because it was full of famous people and sadhus, which are meant to be very, patient, peaceful people, God-loving, God-fearing people, but it became very quickly intense, let's say like this. And and there was a huge bottleneck. There were several, but the last one was the main one, which was you go up the stairs of the big temple, and then you have kind of the galleries before you go into the actual place where the deity is. And there is a huge bottleneck because they close the doors. And they only open the doors from time to time. And it was, as you know, if you have been in India, it was full sardine. You were fully compressed. Pankaj was doing his best to avoid Guruji, to be sandwiched between people. And let's just say, I wish they kept their arms down sometimes. And so, and the door is opening and closing. And at some point, as we slowly go towards the door, we see the deity. They open the door, and all the way in the back, you see the deity, and we are trying to film. And I saw the deity, and I think, okay, that's it. I saw the deity, that's the darshan, that's it. Haribol. But I saw very little of it. I could see a bit better because I had the phone of someone that had a good zoom, so I could see, but normal people will not see almost anything. And I thought that's it. And people started leaving, and I received a phone call from Swami Parantapa saying, okay, I left. You are invited to ask him why he left. I'm not going to say it out of respect for our listeners. But people were leaving, and I thought that's it. But Guruji was staying and very slowly moving forward. And I'm like, but why is he not leaving also? Then I realized actually when the door opens, people can go in. But it was so few people at the time that from the back I didn't understand that people were actually going in. I thought they were going out from the side somehow. So after long time, and after getting shouted by the police many times, and after many situations, we finally go inside. And I thought I will have some time to see the deity, but I go inside, I try to film, because I'm also doing filming seva. Immediately a military guy kind of slaps my phone out, and I keep walking, and I see the deity somehow, because the deity is actually very big. It doesn't look so big on the TV, but once you're there, it's really majestic. But I was still far away, and as I see the deity, I almost don't have time to think about what I'm seeing, because my bag falls. I have a bag with stuff from Guruji. The bag falls in the middle of the confusion, and so I'm going to grab the bag, and the troop, the military guy, thinks I'm going to like bow down or touch the floor to get the blessings, and he's getting really upset with me, and he kind of pushes me out because he thinks I'm bowing down, which you should not do. And I'm out, and I get darshan for like 2 seconds, and I'm out of there. But the conclusion is that I guess that prayer worked, because it was such a strong feeling inside, and my mind was fully thinking about the filming, the troops. I was almost not connected with the deity, mentally speaking, but I felt so much love, so much attraction to the deity, that as I left, I could only, I have to go back. I was like, I have to go back. I was feeling so much attraction to the deity, and again, this is only His grace. So much attraction, so much love I was feeling, it was incredible. And so the next day I tried to go back, but I couldn't, because, long story short, it was too chaotic. And I went by myself, because I felt I have to see him again before leaving. And our plane was supposed to leave we were supposed to leave to the airport at 9, but at around 8:30, we received a message saying the plane is delayed, so we can leave at 12. So I have like 3 hours. So I go, and as I am in one of the worst crowds I've ever been in terms of amount of pushing, I realized I don't have mobile data anymore. And firstly, I had to go through the security like 3 times. I had to go through the security. I had to hide from them, because also on the second day you needed a different pass to go inside, and I didn't have that pass. So how I was doing, I was going through the way that people are coming out. I was going in by the wall. And another thing, I had an advantage, because there was like, I saw maybe 5 white people during all the time I was in Ayodhya. Out of hundreds of thousands people, there was no white people at all. I saw like 1 journalist and 1 or 2 bhaktas, but that's it. So somehow, if I would be confident enough, I would kind of pass through more easily than an Indian would. But eventually I get to this metal detector gate, and I'm furiously trying to buy mobile data, because my stress was, if something happens that Guruji wants to leave earlier, I'm done. I'm not going. And Guruji later, he insisted in telling me a few times that he would not have waited for me. So I was very wise in leaving. Also because there was, shortly after I left, the temple closed because there was a stampede. It went out of control. It was really intense. And even as I went through security once, I saw the people pushing one troop to the point that he fell on the floor, and then his colleagues were like almost beating everyone up. It was really, really intense. So in the end, I didn't manage to see him again, and I was kind of upset about it. But it's great, because now there's something to look forward. And again, I hope we are all allowed to go there again, because it's truly a very special place. And the takeaway for me for this whole trip is like I was saying with the story of Kevat, is all of these experiences, all of these the fact that we know Ram, the Lord, and all of this, it's only due to Guruji. Only by His grace I was allowed to go there. Only by His grace all of us were allowed to go there. And it is really beautiful to see that not only He brings us to God, but He also brings God to us. Jai Gurudev.
Anupam Sundaram Nanda Kishoram Manamona Ganesham Sundaram Nanda Kishoram Manamona Ganesham Anupama Sundarananda Kishora Manamohana Ganesha Anupama Sundara Nanda Kishora Manamohana Ganesha Murali Madhava Radhe Govinda Madhusudana 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 Ganesha Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Anupama Sundara Nanda Kelala Manamohana Ganesha 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 Banke Bihari Saneha Bihari Kamala Nayana Biram Banke Bihari Saneha Bihari Kamala Nayana Biram Bolo Banke Bihari Saneha Bihari Kamala Nayana Biram Banke Bihari Saneha Bihari Kamala Nayana Biram Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Oh Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Radhe Radhe Jai Radhe 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 Jai Shri Radhe 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 Jai Shri Radhe 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 Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Shri Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Shri Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Shri Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Shri Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Shri Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Shri Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Shri Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Shri Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Shri Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Radhe
Shri
Shyam,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe 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 Shyam.
Radhe Krishna Lal ki Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me
Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me
Prapanti Dharmaikarataya Mangala Mangala Me
Prabhati Dharme Karataya Mangala Mangala Me
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Me
Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Shaligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangala Me
Sarigrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangala Me
Tridandatarini Kodakajaya Mangala Mangala Me
Tridandatarini Kodakajaya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Range Sakan Kararataya Mangala Mangala Me
Range Sake Kayarataya Mangala Mangala Me
Mananataya Dharini Dharaya Mangala Mangala Me
Mananataya Dharini Dharaya Mangala Mangala Me
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Mangala Mangala Me Om Jai Jagadishare
Swami Jaya Jagadishare Bhakt Janon ke Sankat Das Janon ke Sankat Jana mein dur kare Om Jaya Jagadishare Jo dhyave para pave Dukha vinase manaka Swami dukha vinase manaka Sukha sampati garahave Sukha sampati garahave Das kami ke manaka Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Mata Pita Tumamere Sharanaga Humenti Shaki Swami Sharanaga Humenti Shaki. Tuma Bina Aura Na Duja, Tuma Bina Aura Na Duja, Asha Karumenti Shaki. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Tuma Purana Paramatma, Tuma Antarayami, Swami Tuma Antarayami. Parabrahma Parameshwar, Parabrahma Parameshwar, Tuma Sabake Swami. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Tuma Karuna Ke Sagara, Tuma Palana Karata, Swami Tuma Palana Karata. Sevaka Tuma Swami, Me Sevaka Tuma Swami, Kripa Karo Bharata. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Tuma Oeka Gosha, Sabake Pranapati, Swami Sabake Pranapati. Kisa Vide Vilum Dayamaya, Kisa Vide Vilum Kripamaya, Tuma Kome Kumati. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Dina Bandhu Dukha Harta, Tumara Shaka Mere, Swami Tumara Shaka Mere. Karuna Hata Badao, Karuna Hata Badao, Sharana Pada Tere. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Vishaya Vitara Vitao, Paparo Deva, Swami Paparo Deva. Shada Bhakti Badao, Shada Prema Badao, Santana Ki Seva. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Sava Mana Dana Sava Entera, Swami Sava Kucha Entera, Swami Sava Kucha Entera. Tera Tujako Arpan, Tera Tujako Arpan, Yala Ge Mera. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Swami Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Bhakta Jano Ke Sankata, Das Jano Ke Sankata, Jana Vedura Kare. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Mane Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji. Mane Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji. Oh Chakra Ko, Chakra Ko, Chakra Koji. Chakra Ko, Chakra Ko, Chakra Koji. Mane Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji. Shama Mane Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji. Govinda Mane Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji. Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji. Tameva Mata Chabita Tameva, Tameva Bandhu Sasaka Tameva, Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva, Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Govinda Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.
प्रेम से बोलो श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की, श्री भूतभृतेश्वरनाथ नरसिंह भगवान की, श्री राधा कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की, महावतार बाम जी की, श्री रामानुजाचार्य की जय।
प्रेम से बोलो सद्गुरुदेव श्री स्वामी विश्वानंद महाप्रभु की जय। कृष्णाय गोविंदाय गोपीजन वल्लभाय हराय परम पुरुषाय परकार्म मंत्रयंत तंत्र औषधानि शस्त्राणि समरा समरा नित्योर्मोक्षाय मोक्षाय। ओम नमो भगवते सुदर्शनाय दीति ज्वलप्रिताय सर्वदिक्षुमानुपक परस्मये परब्रह्मणे परमज्योतिषे स्वाहा। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।
जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। श्याम वेंकटरमण गोविंद, गोपी जीवस्मरण गोविंद, भक्तवत्सला गोविंद, पुंडलीक वरदे एकनाथ तुकाराम, अंबरनाथ महाराज की जय, समस्त भक्त मंडल की जय। हलवाय प्रमाण तिरुवदिकले शरण